Move over, Ubuntu tweak. We're talking Ailurus today on Spatry's Cup of Linux. Okay, today we're talking about Ailurus. Move over, Ubuntu tweak. There's a new kid in town. Well, actually, not really a new kid. This one's been around for a while. But I want to show this to you because this has some really cool features in it, and I thought this was worthy of mentioning, especially since this comes preloaded with PinGuy.os, but you can also get this on any Ubuntu distribution, and it'll allow you to do some pretty cool tweaking here. So let's have a look here. First, I'm on the information tab, and it gives you all the information about your computer. And as you can see, if you want to sit here and read this, you can see that my computer setup is quite humble. I'm just using a laptop with a single core processor with 8 gigs of RAM thrown in here, but it does a nice enough job for me. Let's go ahead and move into the system settings here, and you can see that there are a number of things that we can tweak here. You can, under Configure Firefox, you can do a number of tweaks to speed it up. Lots of really cool things here. You can also change your host name on your computer. I like to call mine the TARDIS. What can I say? I'm a Doctor Who fan, and I've always loved Doctor Who since I was a kid. Okay, and then of course we have a tweak here which will allow you to adjust the amount of swap between memory or hard disk and that sort of thing. So if you switch it all the way to the right, it'll swap a lot of memory to the disk, or to the left, a little memory to the disk. I think right where I've got this set is just fine. And then of course we can use the Update Manager setting here, behavior of the Update Manager, and we can select, and we can also change its option here. Moving right along, then we have a section where we can install new software. Much like the repositories that we have, the Ubuntu Software Center, we also have the Synaptic Package Manager, and then of course if you're running PinGuy.os, you also get the Mint's package management system as well. So I mean, you've got, why have Apple when you can have filet mignon? You've got so many different ways that you can get really good software and that sort of thing, and that's one really neat feature of this. And so it has a nice listing of different things that you can get. Also, this is a wonderful place where you can go in and update all your repositories. Very nice here. You can manage and maintain all of this stuff here. You can even add a PPA if you want to, which is really nice. Self-contained. Okay, and you can also go into the fastest repository, and you can select repositories that may be even closer to where you are. You can go ahead and set this thing. Now, I have not figured out how to use this feature because I haven't really had need to use it. Let me see if I can expand this a little bit and show a little bit more. Okay, it doesn't look like I can see this right here. But let's have a check. Okay, it's showing all my repositories and everything. But I suppose if I were to go ahead and check something here, it would do a check for it. Well, let's find out. Alright. Well, it hasn't done a check here. Let me see if I can right-click on this and find out. Ah, okay, we just right-click on it. Detect the response time of selected repositories. Now, why I would use Australia when I'm here in the United States, but it does give you a response time on that. Okay, very interesting. Maybe I'll have to play with this a little bit later. Okay, and then we can recover apt. What we can do with this is we can create snapshots here. Not necessary for me to do this because I'm always cleaning out my apt cache. Every time I install software or uninstall, I'm always cleaning out the apt cache. This really isn't necessary for me, but hey, this may be something you might like. Okay, and then of course we can clean up. We can, and I do that quite a bit with BleachBit for cleaning up my cache. But you can clean the Nautilus thumbnail cache. I don't see any necessary to do it because I like my thumbnails and I don't need to have it constantly refreshing. But we can go ahead and clean our app cache. I only have 4.1K. Probably don't need to do that right now. There's also auto removable packages that we can select. Unused software configurations. I think I'm going to select all of these. I haven't done this in a long time. So let's go ahead and select all here, and we will go ahead and delete them, get rid of them. We don't need it anymore, and then all of a sudden the terminal comes up and it's going to go ahead and purge all this stuff out of there for us. Pretty neat. I like this. We'll allow this to complete. It might take a little while because I have got a lot of stuff that's accumulated over time. Who knows? I might find a gig of free space after doing this. That's one thing about Linux. Sometimes you have to go in and clean up after yourself, and I have never done this since I installed this. Now, I have used Ailurus in the past when I was using Linux Mint, and I thought it was kind of cool. And actually, this is my first time looking back at this program since I've had PinGuyOS installed. Which, by the way, I may be upgrading if the new PinGuyOS 11.10 still supports all the fancy desktop effects and everything. I can't wait for that. Also, another thing that's coming out while we're waiting on this thing is there is a video editor that's becoming available. It is going to be ported to Linux soon, and that editor is called, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue and now I can't remember it, but it's used in Hollywood and that sort of thing. And well, oh god, it kills me when I can't remember the name, but at any rate, well, it's easy. I can just pull up Firefox while we're waiting on this here, and I'll tell you what it is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be downloading a demo. Oh, it's called Lightworks. Lightworks is coming to Linux soon, and I can't wait because I understand it's supposed to be better than Adobe Premiere, and that's something well worth waiting for. Okay, and then we've cleaned our unused software configurations, and then we can clean unused Linux kernels. I've already upgraded my kernel, and I've already cleaned all of those out, so there's no need to do that. Okay, and then we have the Computer Doctor tab. And this will clean our apt sources list. I really don't want that cleaned, so we'll leave that alone. Then we have the Study Linux feature. Now, this is really cool. Every time my computer starts up, I have it give me the tip of the day. And it's really cool because this is a good way to learn different commands that you can be issuing to the terminal, so I highly recommend this one. Okay, and then we'll have a look at the preferences. We can set a proxy server for this, query before exit, and of course it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to exit? Well, maybe we can disable that one, because if I want to exit, I know I'm going to exit. And then the default pane, we can have it go directly into system settings. Excuse me. I think dinner is starting to fight back. We can decide which pane is going to be the default for opening. We can set different download parameters, refresh icons of all software items, or refresh installing state of all software items. And then we have other options here. We can contribute. Ailurus has a blog. You can check for updates on the program, propose a suggestion for the problem, report bugs, I can't talk today, translate this application. So you can see there are a number of really cool things that this does, and it's a lot of fun to play with. So go ahead and get your fingers dirty with this. And if you thought this was useful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also catch me on Facebook and Twitter. Tell your friends. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.